Hello there.
Skar King is the next big villain leading the Monsterverse movie in Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. Now, we do know there's going to be another villain in the movie called Shimo, which we will discuss in another video titled Everything About Shimo. But in this video, we are going to talk about Skar King, the next big villain for Kong and Godzilla. Get into some details about his origins, his importance in the Hollow Earth, and his relevance to Kong, his power set, and his seemingly human-like intelligence. We're going to break it all down in this video and discuss everything we know about Skar King. If you guys enjoy my Monsterverse content, consider subscribing, and let's do this.
The Atomic Fan.
Alright, so we've got a good look at Skar King in the Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire official trailer, and we got a good look at his body movements and the way that he sort of expresses himself, and we can see that he's a different kind of villain for both Godzilla and Kong. He's much more agile and leaner than both Godzilla and Kong, and seems to have a higher intelligence than both of the creatures as well. So in this video, we're going to discuss everything we know about Skar King, starting with the fact that he is an orangutan ape. He is different than Kong. We know that orangutans are much more known for their intelligence than other primates. Both orangutans and chimpanzees are known to be the smartest apes, and it definitely seems like Skar King is a mix of an orangutan and a chimpanzee in a way, just with this design of his face resembling a little bit more of a chimpanzee, but the structure of his body, the build of his body, and his coloring going in line much more with an orangutan, with him being a little leaner and not being quite as chubby as some of the orangutan apes are known to be. So already just knowing that he is an orangutan gives us a little bit of a different perspective with him as a villain, and shows us that he's going to be, like I said before, a different kind of villain for Godzilla and Kong. We know that he is leaner, and he's intentionally designed to be more agile than both Godzilla and Kong. I'm guessing that he's going to be a quicker villain. He's going to fight a little different, especially with the tail whip that he seems to have as a bandolier on his chest. We also know that Skar King wears war paint on his face, which is also another signifier of his intelligence, showing that him and his tribe have an almost human-like intelligence, or at the very least, Skar King. Now, the other apes probably aren't as intelligent as Skar King. I'd have to think that Skar King is the most intelligent titan, which is why he has almost a cult-like following with his tribe, in which allowed him to have the advantage over other titans in the Hollow Earth, allowing him to become the leader and go to war with both the Godzilla and Kong tribes. Now, speaking of the war in the Hollow Earth of the different tribes of Godzilla and Kong, we know that Skar King was sealed in the Hollow Earth by Godzilla. Now, that's pretty cool. I think it's going to be good to see a rivalry there between Skar King and Godzilla having a specific hatred for Skar King because he already knows who he is. And Skar King, of course, coming back to Godzilla with a vengeance, wanting to take him out and kill him, is going to be interesting to see on screen as well. I think that's going to be a good dynamic to have between the two characters. Now, we know that him and his tribe are also awoken unintentionally by Kong. Now, I'm guessing this is probably going to have already happened in Godzilla x Kong when the film starts, and I'm guessing maybe this is something to do with what happened in Godzilla vs. Kong, and that's what's going to have awakened Skar King in the Hollow Earth. But who knows, maybe this is something that will happen in the beginning of Godzilla x Kong. But I have to think that Godzilla x Kong in the first act is going to open with him being hunted by the jackals, Kong, and then of course taking him out. You're going to kind of see his life on the Hollow Earth. I'm guessing you're going to also get to see Monarch and an update on them and how they've facilitated themselves in the Hollow Earth and set up different laboratories, facilities, things like that. And then after that, we're going to get a good look at Zuko. That's how I'm guessing the first act of the film is going to go, and then we're going to find out that Kong awoke Skar King due to some of the events in Godzilla vs. Kong. Like I said, there's no rumors backing this up. This is just a theory of mine. But we also know that when Skar King is awoken, it is something that agitates Godzilla and awakens him from his slumber as well. We know that Skar King was designed as an opponent to defeat both Kong and Godzilla. So now that is probably why he was designed to be as intelligent as he is, because he has to be a different type of villain that can take on both Godzilla and Kong and use powers of manipulation and use his almost human-like intelligence to be more tactical, using things like manipulation to potentially control Shimo and things like that. We know that Skar King is the smartest titan, that he has almost human levels of intelligence. And another thing that we know is that he has no powers. Now that kind of doesn't corroborate with a different rumor that we heard about Skar King, so I'll get into that in a little bit. But some of the confirmed info that we supposedly know is that he has no powers at all in the movie.
Bitch, don't nobody want that weak ass shit.
We know that he carries a whip that is from an ancient snake-like titan skeleton, and we also know that he will control Shimo and try to take over the entire surface of the earth as well as the hollow earth, ruling both and taking over the planet entirely is Skar King's plan, and he's going to use Shimo to do it. Now, these are some rumors about Skar Kings. There are just a couple here that a few of them seem baseless, but I want to touch on them anyways because there is potential truth in them. This one I feel like could be true. Skar King is a cannibal that actually feasts on his own kind. That would kind of make sense. He kind of does look startling, right? When you see him in the trailer, he looks different than the other Titans. He's definitely the baldest, most ugly looking motherfucking Titan that we've ever seen in the Monsterverse. But other than that, he just has a different kind of appearance, and him being a cannibal is something I could definitely see. This is another one that's just a rumor, and I don't think this one is real, but I'm going to cover on it anyways. Skar King has mind control. I think that's probably based off of some early rumors that miscommunicated some of the leaks, right? Because I think Skar King's mind control is just him being extremely intelligent and having the ability to control Titans through his human-like intelligence and tactical abilities. And this is another rumor that I think could have some credibility, but I feel like it's more so like a theory or something. Skar King is actually King Caesar. I feel like this is something that could definitely be true. Not that he is actually going to be the character of King Caesar, but more so that he's Legendary's version of King Caesar and is very much inspired by that character. We know that Legendary likes to interpret some of the Toho characters for their own universe and kind of take a different spin on them. We kind of have that going on with Shimo, with him resembling some elements of Space Godzilla. So I think Skar King being King Caesar and having a similar origin to King Caesar is something that's more so like a theory and something that could definitely have been in the writer's room and then making some connections with some of the Toho characters and wanting to take their own spin on it and have it inspire some of the Monsterverse characters. I think that's definitely a possibility, but I don't think it's a rumor that is taken at face value properly. I don't think that he is actually the character of King Caesar. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Comment down below what you think about Skar King and him being the new villain of Godzilla x Kong. I'm excited to see him in the movie. I don't know. He's definitely an ugly, bald looking motherfucking ape. He definitely is, but I think it's going to be cool to see him as a villain. I'm more interested to see Shimo, but I really wish that we could get some Toho monsters in these Monsterverse films. I want to see Gigan, I want to see Space Godzilla, I want to see Destroya, but at this point that stuff seems like a pipe dream, so I guess we'll have to settle for characters like Skar King and Shimo. As a character, I think his design is very interesting. I think he's going to fight with Godzilla and Kong very differently than the other Titans, and it's going to be interesting to see Godzilla and Kong teaming up. That's probably the most exciting part, is seeing Godzilla and Kong teaming up against both Shimo and Skar King, or them maybe double teaming one of the characters and trying to take on Skar King and potentially losing. Anyways, whatever you guys think about Skar King, comment down below. And for this video, that's all I got, guys. So until the next one, be safe and stay well. Bye-bye.